Barry Zito's opponent tonight was Matt Clement, the right-hander who came in 4-0 and was really tough on the A's last week in Fenway, 5 hits and a run in 7 innings. Wasn't that good tonight. The A's were very persistent and got him out of there during a 6th-inning rally that produced the lead for a time. Clement gave up 6 hits and 5 earned runs in 5 2/3 innings, and he tried to help the A's cause by giving up 4 bases on balls. Things started right away, though, as a trial for Zito when he walked Johnny Damon, the leadoff hitter. Zito had numerous full counts tonight. Along the way, he also walked Mark Bellhorn twice on 4 pitches each time, and later Bellhorn walked another time on 4 pitches against reliever Juan Cruz. But in that first inning, the Damon walk quickly led to a Red Sox pair of tallies. It came after Ortiz fired a double that almost went out of the... Renteria fired a double that almost went out of the park and left. Ortiz got the run home on an infield out, leaving Renteria at third base. Ramirez gave up a base, drew a base on balls, the second already against Zito. So runners were at the corner for Kevin Millar, and for an instant it looked like he might have hit one that could clear the barrier. Infield double play deep up the middle now. Millar hits one high to left field. That has got a lot of altitude. It's deep, but it's going to be shallow, short of the wall. It is caught, but tagging up to come in afterward is the second Red Sox run of the night, and racing to second base is Manny Ramirez ahead of the throw from Watson, and it is 2-0 Red Sox. My, he got that one high in the air. Just too much lift to get it out. I think it scared the bejeebers out of A's fans when it first left the bat. Scott Hatterberg came up in the first inning. There was a runner aboard, Kendall, who had been hit by a pitch, and it looked like Hatterberg's effort might produce a building rally. Swing and a ground ball. A diving backhand stop by Miller. Gets up at third. Throws to first and guns him down. A tremendous play by Bill Miller, who is still skating away from the line, backhanding and throwing out Hatterberg to end the A's first. And at the end of one, it's 2-0 Boston. A's had a threat in the second inning, but it didn't pay off. Ginter opened with a double, and when the inning ended, he hadn't progressed beyond second base. DeRozzo went down swinging. Watson drew a base on balls, but Scudero hit into a 4-6-3 double play. End of threat for the Athletics. In the Red Sox third, a double play was a factor too, as Zito found himself facing Millar with runners on first and second as a result of a shortstop error by Scudero and another walk by Zito, but he got Millar to ground into a 5-4-3 double play after going 3-0 to begin the at-bat, and so the margin stayed at 2-0. Once again, living on the edge. Zito in the Boston fourth. Things going nicely, 2 out, nobody aboard. 3-2, he walks Jay Payton, a 203 hitter who was 8 for his last 51. Then he throws 4 straight balls to Bellhorn, first and second, and Damon, who's been the hottest hitter of the year for the Red Sox, up there with a 3-0 count. Zito managed to get back to the full count of 3-2.
3 balls, 2 strikes. Huge pitch right here. The runners will be going, and good speed on the bases. 3-2. Barry checking with Kendall. Now it quickly gets developed. And here it is, and it's swung on and missed. He struck him out, and Zito works out of it. On a 3-2 pitch, he strikes out Damon as the Red Sox lead 2 and fail to score. And we go to the bottom of the fourth, still 2-0 Boston.
And when Chavez led off in the bottom half of the fourth inning, the fans had a chance to do some hooping and hollering.
Here's the 2-1 pitch. Swung on, hit high and deep, right center field. Damon is going back. He's at the track, at the wall, and it is gone. Number 3 this year for Chavez. And the A's are on the board. A towering drive to right center field. And it's 2-1 Boston.
His first since the 18th of April.
That ball was hit a mile high and right out over the 388 mark. On a 2-1 pitch, about belt high and out over the plate in full extension.
And that brought an end to 2 streaks. Chavez had gone 103 at-bats in 25 games without going deep, and Clement had gone 48 2/3 innings without allowing a home run, and it was only the second of the year that he had permitted. But in the fifth inning, the Red Sox had some more trouble in store for Zito. And what would be a worse entree for the pitcher than giving up a walk to the leadoff hitter? That's what happened. 3-2, ball 4 to Renteria, giving Big Poppy, as they call him, David Ortiz, a shot. Swung. There's a drive. Hit the deep right center field. Racing for it. Kotze has no chance. It bounces to the wall. Racing around from first to third is Renteria. He's coming home. Here comes the throw. It is too late. He slides ahead of the tag, and flying into third base head first is Ortiz on the throw to the plate. And the Red Sox lead by a score of 3-0 here in the fifth inning. And with Manny Ramirez up, an excellent play by Mark Scudero at shortstop, along with a base-running blunder by Ortiz, gave a lift to Zito. Ortiz, a big man, not the swiftest of runners, but Manny's sitting on 3-0. Green light, ground ball to short. Scudero has it. Ortiz stops halfway to the plate. Scudero runs at him, throws to third. Chavez the tag, out! Excellent play by Mark Scudero. Breaking for the plate was Ortiz. He stopped halfway, and Scudero ran all the way from shortstop directly at him, made him make the commitment. When he went to third, he got him with a throw to Chavez. 6-5 on the putout. Ramirez at first on the fielder's choice. But still no easy path out of that inning. With 2 out, runners were at the corners, and the contact hitting Bill Miller, a tough guy to put away, was at the plate with a count of 2-2. Zito sets. 2-2 on the way. Miller swings and misses. He struck it out, stranding 2 Red Sox runners and keeping the damage to 1 run. And after 4.5, it is 3-1 Boston. That was Berry's final pitch of the night, number 115. It was up to the bullpen to see if they could shepherd the rest of the way for 4 innings. And as it turned out, eventually shepherd a lead, but not be able to carry it all the way to the end. The A's half of the 5th inning. Nice things began to happen with 1 out when Eric Burns singled to center field. Kotze worked a walk. Clement began to have command problems. He walked Kendall. Suddenly the bases were full, but he got Chavez to ground to a backed-up infield. That infield out produced a run to make it 3-2, putting runners at second and third with 2 out for Scott Hatterberg. Veteran left-handed batter. Ball 2 and strike 2, and here it comes. Hatterberg drives it. Base hit to right field. There's 1 run in. Racing around is Kendall to the plate. Here comes the throw. Up the line. He is tagged. He is out at the plate, but the game is tied. Payton's throw on 1 hop up the line about 5 feet from the plate. Veritek had it waiting. Kendall tried to somehow squeeze by, tumbled to the ground. Veritek held on and is out at home. But Hatterberg has tied the ball game, and after 5, it's 3-3. And then Cruz came out and pitched a solid top of the 6th inning, giving up only a walk, and the A's still had more left. And in fact, it looked like the fans might go home really happy. At least those A's fans who were here, fighting verbally with the Red Sox fans. 2 out, nothing much happening in the 6th inning. Suddenly, the rookie Watson singles, followed by a Scudero single. First and second, and the call went to the bullpen for Matt Manti, the right-hander, to face Eric Burns, who has trouble with right-hand pitching. But Manti, a fastball pitcher, also could play into the hands of Burns, a good fastball hitter. Here's the way it went. Burns has hit safely now in 10 of his last 11 games, including tonight. Fans would love to see him tie into one here. There's a line drive. Base hit to center field. Couldn't score the run. Watson around third. There's the throw. Cut off. A's lead. Eric Burns against the right-hander Manti shoots a 1-1 pitch on the line to center. Driving in his 10th run of the year. 3 consecutive singles with 2 out in the bottom of the 6th. And Manti very upset. And then the very next pitch came to Mark Kotze. Now here's Kotze. Ground ball. Base hit through the hole on the left side. Racing around third, coming to the plate now. And scoring is Scudero. And down to second is Burns. Kotze wastes no time, slashing the first pitch for a base hit to left. And the A's now are up by a score of 5-3. Johnny Damon always plays a shallow center, particularly against a non-power guy like Jason Kendall. Kendall gave it a great ride to deep center, but Damon ran it down to end the inning, and the A's had that 2-run lead and 3 innings to try and preserve it. Little did any of us know they would have only 1 base runner throughout the final 3 frames, and the Red Sox would have the turning point inning coming up in the 8th. Cruz, after 2 shutout innings, looked like money. But suddenly, as we started to have a drizzle here at the ballpark, he hit Varitek to start the inning, went full count before walking Miller, then walked Jay Payton on 4 pitches, a guy who was 8 for his last 52, exit Cruz. On comes Ricardo Rincon, who gets everybody on the edge of their seats, 3-2 to Bellhorn before getting him on a strikeout. Now Johnny Damon, who has been so good with runners in scoring position this year, the infield hoping that they could get something on which they could make a play. There is a 2-run cushion. Even an infield out would keep the A's in front. Johnny Damon made a bid to make the infield out, but the A's wouldn't let him.
1 out, bases loaded, the pitch. Swung on a bounce to first, that'll score the run. Bobbled by Hannaford, recovers, underhand flip, not in time. Rincon wasn't on the bag. Varitek scores, Miller to third, Payton to second, safe at first is Damon, and now it's a 5-4 ball game. E3 RBI. Still just 1 out.
And now with Renteria waiting, rookie Houston Street came on to see if he could keep the lead for the Athletics. Renteria was ready for his first pitch, and the tide turned here.
The outfield, Tatse, center field, 2 steps toward right center. Matt Watson in left, Eric Burns in right. And now here it is to Renteria. Line drive, right center, base hit. That'll score 2. Miller will score. Payton will score. The ball goes by Burns. Rolls for the warning track. And so Damon is around third. He will score. And going to third is Renteria. And that was a disaster. And now it is 7-5 Boston.
And a footnote, that was the A's 16th error in the last 14 games. Street bore down, did a great job. He struck out the dangerous Ortiz and the equally dangerous Ramirez to end the inning and pitched a shutout 9th. The A's coming up in the bottom of the 9th hope to get something done against Keith Folk, who's been shaky at times this year. Kendall single with 2 out, giving the A's the tying run at the plate, hoping Chavez might find the range again, but the lights were almost out now. 1 strike left to the A's. Tying run at the plate. 7-5 Red Sox. Kendall at second base. Everybody stands. Here it comes. Changeup. Struck him out. The bread and butter changeup of Polk got Chavez to swing and miss, bringing an end to the long night with the Red Sox 4-run 8th inning, turning the game in their favor, and Boston winning to even the series. The final score, Red Sox 7 and the A's 5. And that tells the tale. Everybody in the American League West lost tonight, so the A's gain no ground, they lose no ground. Ken Korak will tell you all about that and myriads of other facts.